Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Long Dark Day. I'm Real Sin Gaming. I'm gonna get this started. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the new DLC coming out soon. December 5th, it's coming out. The Tales from the Far Territory and what new bits and pieces and trinkets and odds and ends and all sorts of new things are adding with the update and the season pass stuff. Those who are not wondering, Tales from the Far Territory is an expansion pass DLC for the Long Dark. It's going to be $20 at release. And it's going to have a whole bunch of new bug fixes, graphical improvements, and whatnot. And there's also going to be a lot of new items added. Anyway, for those who are wondering, this game will be getting two new regions pretty much added. Three, technically, if you count the airfield, and I'll get into that later. But this game is getting the Far Range Branch Line and Transfer Pass, which is a hub, which is a connection point, pretty much like akin to the ravine that connects from Mystery Lake to Coastal Highway, and the ravine which also connects to the Ash Canyon, or not Ash Canyon, but Bleak Inlet, which has the weapon manufacturing, or not weapon manufacturing, but the ammo crafting bench and Millery machine. Now, those who are wondering, the new region is going to be connected to Broken Railroad, which I'm currently in. I started up a custom build for that reason. Now, if you don't give me a second, I'll have a drink of water. Anyway, this new region is a railway hub, which makes sense. Railroad has its name because it's a railroad that's been broken to bits, and it connects. And for those who are speculating where it might be coming in at, it's probably going to connect where the trestle is, like the massive bridge that is broken after. You're probably going to have to crawl down behind the maintenance shed. I'll show you where the possible crossing point will be, which is what I'm going off of on assumptions here, and I am bushwhacking my way through Broken Railroad. That's the good thing about Broken Railroad, actually. It's a small region. You know, there ain't a lot to it. But with the new pass coming out and the new regions that are going to be connecting to Broken Railroad, it will give people a reason to go to Broken Railroad itself. Because most of the time, people never go there unless it's going to the hunting lodge, you know? Or they choose it as a spawn location like I just had here. Now, when it comes to the new regions, there's also going to be an airfield, and from the looks of it in leaked images, there's going to be a ton of helicopters and other airplanes and helicopters, other flying machines and vehicles and whatnot. So maybe during the Aurora, we're going to be able to like possibly fix up a machine, or maybe they'll add on to the. It hasn't been confirmed whether or not, but it's pure speculation on my behalf. But maybe they're thinking about adding a hopeless rescue part 2 challenge, you know. Maybe you have to repair a plane and fly out during the Aurora or whatever, you know. And speaking of challenges, they're adding the Hunted part 3, so we are finally going to be able to wrap that up after years and years of speculation, because those who do not know, the ending to the Hunted part 2 ends up with you getting mauled to shit by a pissed off black bear, and that drags you into the cave after it takes multiple rounds of 303 British. Either our character can't shoot for shit, or he was using old cordite ammo out of that infield. But I digress. Now, the airfield is a vast open plain that hides a bunch of critical transport items like planes and helicopters, previously stated. It will have options for various shelter. There'll be a hangar, a couple of control towers, and the ranger's cabin, which is on the outskirts of the airfield. And from what Heronland is hinting at here, it's going to be the coldest region yet, so you may want to prep before and maybe try to find yourself like an expedition parka if you're playing on one of the lower difficulties, or maybe like make a wolf hide or bearskin coat, you know, just get warm and bundled up, you know. And also will have a lot of secrets that can only be revealed by the Aurora, which is a good thing. In the new region, also, there's a industrial mine. Those who do not know what industrial mine is. Industrial mine is pretty much like a quarry or a massive-ass rock pit which, from what Heron is telling me on the website, I'm reading off the website and off of other sources here, it will have toxic chemicals in runoff, so we may have to like find ways to skirt around the toxic chemicals that have pooled over and dredged out onto the ground or possibly into buildings and whatnot. So they may bring back the timer from the Black Rock mine, which, those who do not know, is a pain in the ass and is not liked by players. It was not liked in story mode, so I don't know why they decided to add that to survival mode with the timer. I get, yeah, oh, it's to make it risky to go in the mine and get the stuff for it, you know, the improvised flashbangs and whatnot, you know, and the key to get into the gunsmithing plant at Black Rock's prison, but I digress. Oh, and for those who like Tusk River Valley and like mountain climbing in Long Dark, they are adding the Mountain Pass, which will have some very steep climbs, it seems, and some of the rockiest terrain to be found on Great Bear Island. And it also hides a remote installation that holds secrets to the island's dark history, so you may want to beware of it. There's also new gameplay mechanics, Glimmer Fog, which is a mysterious phenomenon first encountered in the far territory. The Glimmer Fog charges the air and ground with electrostatic energy, emanating some electronics. It's entirely unpredictable waves. So what I'm getting at here is they might find a way to add shock damage to the air, which I hope is not the case, because that would suck ass. That would actually greatly suck ass. There's also going to be insomnia added. Those who do not know what insomnia is or are not informed of it, insomnia means pretty much you can't sleep worth a shit, and in some cases people have died from insomnia-inflicted sleeplessness. And from what I'm reading here on the insomnia bit is introducing a new series of risks for you to manage as you do best to avoid their cause. So that means you have to sleep properly now, and you can't fucking skim shit and skim days like some people like to do by just passing time. They're also adding a handheld shortwave radio, which is affected during the aurora or the glimmer fog. So, judging from the glimmer fog, it might not try to kill us, hopefully. And it will give you errant signals that will lead you to the trader, which was also mentioned. So this might be the way you interact with the trader in the game. And will also lead you to supplies and locations that you wouldn't find otherwise, which I guess is good. There's also going to be enhanced cooking, which has been asked for a long time. So maybe we'll be able to finally make soups and stuff like bread and more proper dishes, you know. Maybe it like entails with the cooking skill tree in the game. Those that know, there's a skill tree in the game, which I will showcase in a minute for those who are new to the game or just getting into the game itself. There's a skill tree, there's carcass harvesting, cooking, which goes from level 1 to 5 for each skill. So, the more you know. And what I'm thinking is, with the new cooking system they're implementing, there's going to be, like, new ways, like, you have to level up the cooking skill tree in the game. That's my speculation here. And you have to level up, so, like, level 1, you just can, like, basically cook shit without burning it all to hell, and it's basically primitive edible stuff. And, like, the more you leveled up, the more, like, recipes you can lock and what's off. Or maybe there might be, like, cookbooks you can find and learn recipes from it. You know, that's my speculation with the enhanced cooking update. They're also adding a travois. For those who do not know, a travois is what Native Americans and people from Malay used before they had pack animals like mules, horses, oxen, and whatnot to haul their items around. They used dogs to haul the travois. So, the travois pretty much will be a dramatic increase to your carry weight, but will slow your speed and mobility down greatly. So, I would see that as a double-edged sword if you decide to use the travois when implemented. Ooh! Jerry can. That's good. What's in here? Ooh! Grape soda and beef jerky.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
You know, when it comes to travois, people are wondering how you're going to craft it and whatnot. And I personally, I'm thinking it's going to probably take some maple saplings or birch saplings, maybe some metal parts or some. It's going to take some cloth, maybe some deer hide or maybe one of the two new animals they added. I mean, the other new animal is a doe, a female deer, if you will. So, I mean, I doubt it'll be a deer skin. But the other new animal, actually, there's 3 new animals I forgot to mention. They are adding Portagen. I'm just going to call it Porogen. If it's wrong, I am sorry. My buddy Zach probably could tell me how you pronounce it. He's from Canada and is a profound Porogen hunter. Those who do not know, Porogen are a small winter bird that gathers in flocks, and according to my buddy Zach, I forget which one it is. It might have been Porogen or it might have been the other bird he mentioned, but one of the two birds he mentioned, I think it might have been Porogen, is dumb as shit and tries to hide in the ground, which they do very well, I've been told. And Porogen are dumb as shit birds. They can knock over the rock, so we might be able to just take a rock and kill a Porogen with it. And from what Hinterland is telling on the website, is a good source of food and feathers, which can be used as a crafting material. Now, going back to possible location that will connect to the new region of the transfer hub, the number one speculation right now is this destroyed bridge, and what the speculation is, and Hinterlands is going to add a way to cross it by adding maybe some planks of board that you can throw across it, or is going to connect down into this valley here, because down there is actually a fallen trolley cart, or whatever you want to call it, that is just like this one over here. Now, there also was mention of the trader, going back to that. That might have something to do with the electrostatic signal, who knows. But the trader will be a source of rare goods and useful information for a price. What price? We do not know. Maybe it is animal hides. So maybe I could finally find a use for all the damn rabbit pelts I get in this game by killing random rabbits. So that might be of use. Maybe you have to trade. Say you're looking to get something to improve the hunting rifle, for example. You want to give it a better, I don't know.
I could use this.
I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Alright, maybe the trader will give you something, say for, okay, with the trader, I'm going to use this example. Say you have 5 rabbit pelts, he needs those 5 rabbit pelts. For those 5 rabbit pelts, he might give you a box of ammo, be it for the hunting rifle, you know, or it might be for the revolver, you know. So, you never know, that might be what the trader's going to have. Maybe you have to trade, or maybe there's some new item they're adding they haven't told us about with the trader that you have to finally collect, and then you can trade with it, you know. That's my speculation here. I'm gonna fucking skim down this rock like a fucking moron. And now the one most talked about new feature that is being added, it's safe house customization, which has been wanted for so long. There have been mods on it for PC for millennia. Well, not millennia, but ages now, that people have been wanted added. And now we're going to finally be able to customize the safe house. Ooh, 303 British.
That'll come
Classic.
handy.
Big game round of the Commonwealth of Territories and Countries. Nothing on it. That's a low down dirty shame. Anyway, the safe house customization pretty much is what it sounds. You can customize your safe house in game, be it like the Mountaineer Hut, which I can finally patch the damn roof, which I've been wanting to do for years. I want to patch the damn roof, and it's probably going to take a certain amount of items. They might, well, we already have a hammer in the game, so we might have to use the heavy hammer. It might take, maybe they'll add something like nails, new item like nails and whatever, whatnot, to customize the safe house proper, you know. Maybe we'll finally be able to organize books properly, not have them just laying around in clouts and bits and pieces and whatnot, you know. Something like that. That's pretty much what safe house customization pretty much, I'm assuming, entails. And for those who love doing photos of Long Dark and sharing their screenshots, there's also going to be a new thing just for you type of folk, which I'm very happy for, because I do love sharing my Long Dark screenshots on Steam and whatnot, and other groups and whatnot. And that is a camera and darkroom, which is being added to the game, which is contextualized with an in-game camera, so we're going to be able to find an in-game camera. And there's also going to be darkroom chemicals that you can use to produce your own film, which maybe with the in-game camera we'll be able to find like an old like camcorder or something, you know, with you have to do the tape and whatnot. Those who do not know or are too young to know what a camcorder is or a 6mm camera is, it's pretty much a camera that you held up to your eye and it produces some sort of grainy footage. Actually, hang on, I will showcase what I mean by that. The heritage filter. Pretty much this. This is what I mean by what the 6mm camera might entail. I mean, it's not a 6mm, it's specified what type of camera it is, but y'all get what I mean here. This is pretty much what the camera would look like, possibly. with this lens. So, ooh, gunsmith. Oh, that'll be useful. Anyway, I'm gonna change my shit back because fuck that. And now, on to the other new animal of the three they're adding. I mean, I don't really know if you could consider a female doe, a deer, a doe, be sort of... I mean, yeah, I guess it is a new animal type, I guess. Maybe we'll see some fawns about whatnot. But anyway, they're adding an animal that's been on the roadmap for ages. So the roadmap is outdated, but there's a new one up. And that is the panther, the mountain screamer, the catamount, the mountain devil itself, the cougar. Those who do not know, cougars are a big-ass cat. That's just to sum it up briefly. They are known to hide in rocky crevices and ravines and whatnot. And keep in mind, for those who've not hunted cougar, well, I haven't hunted cougar, but I have some buddies that have. I'm going to tell this from what they've told me. You don't hunt a cougar. The cougar hunts you. That also applies to your local bar. Yes, I just did a stupid joke. Sorry if it was not funny. Anyway, the cougar is probably going to be in the new region mainly. It's probably going to be in places like Hush River Valley. You know, it's going to be in like Ash Canyon. It's probably going to be in all the regions possibly. We don't know yet, but it's probably going to be our greatest nemesis yet. Because here's the thing with cougars, all right? And here's the thing with big cats in general. They will stalk you, and they will only let you see them if they want you to see them. That is the thing with big cats. And those who are saying, oh, a cougar's just a big-ass house cat, blah, blah, blah. Nah, it's more akin with a damn leopard, all right? It is the second biggest cat in North America, second to the jaguar, or Panthera onca. So, those that are wondering if they're a jaguar in North America, yes, they used to extend into California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, and out to Louisiana, even down to Florida. But the Florida ones were... I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, the cougar... Those are wondering what it's going to be used. Probably going to be able to make cougar hide gloves, or maybe a cougar hide, like, hat, you know. I mean, we can only make a rabbit skin hat, you know. And it would be nice to have another animal to make a hat out of, you know. Like, there's mods to make a wolf skin hat, like Jeremiah and whatnot, but I digress. Now, those who are wondering how you hunt a cougar, like I was saying, it mainly stalks you, and you're probably pretty much can kiss your ass goodbye if you don't catch it before it catches you. Alright. Now, the most common way I've seen people hunt cougars is pretty much they use dogs, and they'll tree them up in a tree, and then they'll shoot them out of the tree, pretty much. That's what I've seen with cougar hunting, alright? I've hunted bear, I've hunted deer, I've hunted hog, I've hunted elk, you know, I've hunted, like, stuff like that. I've never hunted a cougar, you know? Oh, shit. It's cold as fuck in here, I take it. I do not want to freeze to death. Get a fire going. Anyway. Now... from what they're saying is it's going to be in like rocky crags and ravines around Great Bear, so I was right in my assumption it's going to be all over the region. So mainly though, where I'm thinking you're going to find cougars in the game, and I know I'm staying on this topic for a bit, it's probably going to be places like Hush River Valley, you know, which no one ever goes to. I know I don't ever go there, unless I want a challenge, you know. I got like a day 700 saved where I'm over there just like chilling, you know, just chilling in an ice cave. You know, I was doing like a live stream series on it, I kind of stopped. I might start live streaming again for the Long Dark. I don't know yet. I don't know. Anyway, when it comes to what it's going to be, it's probably going to be places like Ash Canyon, Hush River Valley, Pleasant Valley. Definitely going to be Pleasant Valley. You know, it's a valley. Cougars like wide open spaces, you know. Now, the one thing is like, is there going to be multiple cougars in a region, you know? Like, or is it going to be like how cougars are realistically in real life? Like, they have wide-ranging, like, hunting ranges and whatnot. Well, I don't think that's a proper term. I might have... Oh, a hacksaw. Well, that is lovely. Oh, jerry can. Alright, that's turning out pretty good. You know, they might have wide-reaching ranges, like one cougar. Maybe there's like... Oh, that's a dead body. Oh, shit. Poor bastard. Anyway, the cougars, they might have a wide-ranging area. I don't know if there's going to be multiple cougars in a region. You know, like, you never know with that. Anyway, going back to, like, possible cougar hunting methods, like, I named the first one pretty much, well, I doubt they're going to add a dog to tree a damn cougar, you know? But the second method might be to bait it with some, like, deer meat or something, or rabbit meat, you know? Make, like, a little meat pile, bait it, and wait for the cougar to come in, you know? Maybe, like, sit in a hunting stand kind of situation. And maybe the third well, I don't know if you could fight. I don't know if we're going to be. Actually, the one main concern actually I have with the cougar being added is I don't know if we're going to be able to fight it off or not. You know what I mean? It's a fucking cat. It stalks people. I know it's a fucking big ass. Well, yeah, it is actually a big ass out cat because it can't roar. Oh, the book. That's useful. But yeah, though, like it's a fucking cat. You know, cats stalk you and shit. I know I'm getting onto the damn cats too much, but I'm not looking forward to them adding the damn cougar. All right, I've lost like livestock to panthers before. It's not fun, and and it's hard to find a panther kill. Like, if you're wondering like how you're gonna be able to spot like a panther den or or hide away or whatever. Usually with panther or big cat kills, they'll hide their stuff and then come back for it. You know, like I've read stories like a fellow got mauled by a cougar. He thought the dude was dead. It wasn't dead. Dude wasn't dead. Cat buried him alive pretty much. Dude went back for his rifle, shot the damn cat. Like I've heard stories about cougars burying their kills and whatnot. Like I know it applies to all big cats possibly, but you know, you get what I mean here. Anyway, going on to item variants. There are going to be new weapon variants of various items, you know, like lanterns, rifles, bows, certain clothing and whatnot to be found in the hidden corners of the new regions and in the base game map itself. And one of the new leaked weapons was Vaughn's rifle. And there's also a leaked lantern that was painted red, so we might actually finally be able to paint stuff, you know? And going back to Vaughn's rifle, though, from the looks of it, I was looking at the magazine, and it looks like we might actually have a new rifle variant. It might just be a variant cosmetic skin, you know? I mean, it looks like a Sporter Enfield. Okay, though, the thing with the hunting rifle in-game is it's a Sporter Lee Enfield. And it's a mix and mash of a number 1 Mark III Enfield and number 4 Mark 1/2. Alright? And the whole rifling game is a fucking mix match of patterns. Pretty much. Alright, so it's gonna be a fucking shit show with that. But the new rifle, though, it looks like it has a 308 magazine. For those who do not know, the Enfield rifles.
That'll come in handy.
The Lee Enfield family rifles, actually Enfield rifle family. I don't know how you want me to describe it here. All right, it has a long history. All right, it goes back to like the 1870s, 80s. All right, you have like stuff like the Remington King, the Lee Navy. You know, Lee Navy was a straight pull bolt action size for the U.S. Navy's 6mm Navy or 236 caliber, obsolete cartridge and whatnot. It was a hot shooting round. You know, and the Enfield rifle goes all the way up to like the Enfield Envoys and whatnot, you know, and the L42A1s, which were 308 conversion Enfields that were used as sniper rifles, and the Falklands War and whatnot, you know, replaced by the big green meanie, you know, that rifle. Those who don't know what that thing is, the L59A1 or something. I don't know, y'all are getting me in the farms. Anyway, new rifle variant. It looks like a sporterized 308 conversion Enfield, right? And the Enfield conversions were done by Sterling that I know of, and there was a whole legal issue with the Sterling conversions because the British government didn't want to pay him for the Sterling conversions because they wanted to use the Enfield rifle and 308, and the Sterling conversions were rare as hen's teeth pretty much. There's also the Parker Hale conversion 308s, which are rare too, but they're mainly just sporterized hunting rifles. That's all they really are.
Hope I can still eat this.
You know, that's what the Parker Hale. And the Canadian Rifle Association, I think it's called the DCRA. I do not quote me on it. They did conversion 308s, and those are very popular as well. There was a line of modern Enfields produced by Australian International Arms, which went bankrupt, and those were of very iffy quality. You know, they had them 7.62 by 39 for the carbines and 308 for the M10 models. And the reason those went out of business, man, because they had issues with sorting the wood, which was from Vietnam, and those do not know, the Vietnam wood has like a bunch of nasty chemicals in it, or some such. Or there was an embargo on it, I don't know. But anyway, the Sterling conversion Enfields, or 308 conversion Enfields, are very popular because it's in a modern round, you know, 308, and they had to fit new magazines on. And if you look at the magazine on Vaughn's rifle, it looks like a 308 magazine to me. Like, it's kind of like an Ishapore kind of thing. Hang on. I need to swallow water. My throat's getting dry. Anyway. There's also the Ishapore Enfields, which were, manufactured by the Indian government to suit their troops, which were later um, replaced in the 80s after a national tragedy happened in India. The Ishbors are 308. Pretty much, Ishbor is the number one Mark III Enfield produced on the 308 barrel, pretty much, and it has its own fitting magazine. It holds 12 rounds. All right, Ishbors, they hold 12 rounds compared to the normal 10 with Enfields. All right, normal Sterling conversion Enfields that were converted to 308, they only hold 10 rounds compared to the Ishbor's 12. And from the looks of it, the in-game rifle, it's probably, looks of it, it's a 308 conversion. That's my speculation. You can call me out on it if you want. I mean, I'm just going off it, right? Because I'm a person, I own a ton of Enfields, right? I have a 308 conversion Enfield. I have a couple 303 Enfields I still have. I got a number 4 Mark 1 Enfield that I pretty much retired as a wall hanger, you know? I also have a shorter-ass jungle carbine that I use for, like, hunting hogs and whatnot in swamps. Because, you know, say what you will about the Enfield jungle carbines. They're very nice. You know, they're a good compact truck gun. Alright, that's what that jungle carbine is. Alright, yeah, you say what you will about the 100 stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, that's my speculation on Vaughn's rifle. It's probably just a 308 sporterized conversion, which I hope is actually lighter than the current in-game rifle, you know, because Vaughn's rifle, it's sporterized, it's had the wood cut back as a makeshift stock, like, scrapped onto it, so it's pretty much been Bubba fucked, if you'll excuse my French. Alright, and now they also said there's going to be, like, new, like, certain clothing, you know, like, maybe we'll get, like, Asher's boots or something, or Jeremiah's, like, pants or boots, or maybe Jeremiah's, like, wolfskin hat you can find, you know. There's also going to be, like, a special bow variant, special knife variants, you know. Now, I don't know if they're going to be permanent or we're going to have to unlock it with the pass. That is to be seen. Now, there's other things that will be announced with the update. There's also going to be a global wildlife refresh. So that means there's going to be since there's new wildlife being added. That means they're going to add a new way to refresh the wildlife in the settings. So, and with some of the new wildlife types that are being added, or that are going to be themed, the new wildlife, folks. It's going to be themed around certain regions. So, like I was saying with the cougar, it's going to be like in Rocky Mountains, like a fucking bear. What the fuck was that? Anyway, so like I was saying, though, like with the cougar, it's probably going to be in like the places with like mountains and crevices, you know, like Bleak Inlet, Hush River Valley, etc. So that's something to look forward to. There's also going to be a global resource refresh, which means all the loot tables and item placements have been refreshed, and it's going to give the world a updated feeling. Also, along with the global wildlife refresh, that means there's going to be animal migrations implemented, so you're going to see animals like move in herds, like deer herds and whatnot, you know, wolf packs moving to new region, you know, you might be followed by a pack of timber wolves from region to the next, you know, or maybe that big old mean bear that you've been trying to kill is stalking you from region to region, you know, stuff like that. Did I grab that damn rope? Oh shit, I'm gonna grab that rope, put it down there. There's also going to be a spawn point refresh. That means, like, if you're accustomed to all the spawn points for your character in game, that means there's going to be a whole new system to that added. So that means we're going to be getting random as fuck spawns again, which is going to be nice. And that way I can actually bushwhack in. Oh, and the other new feature, which has been wanted for so long and forgotten about that I completely stopped searching them, visor notes, which are going to, those who know, a visor is in a car, and you pull it down and you look at it. That's pretty much what a visor note is. Ooh, rocks. Use that on rabbit.
Drop something.
Anyway. Visor notes pretty much are going to be like in-car visors, and they're going to give you options like the ability to find like hidden loot stashes and a bit of information, maybe some type of information that'll tell you about the region a little bit more, you know, or something that can be, or some type of information that can help you find something very rare in the world at a certain location. And there's also going to be a new arrow type added called fire hardened arrows. Those who not know, fire hardened arrows are pretty much where you take a piece of wood, like that's suitable for making an arrow, and you burn the tip over a fire, and then you attach feathers as to let that arrow fly, pretty much. I mean, I forgot that I don't really mess with bows much. I've bow hunted, yes, but I digress. So it's pretty much the new arrows are going to be suitable for like rabbits. Pretty much. That's the gist of it. Also, they also might make a wolf flea, so if you hit a wolf with this, it might make a flea, so that's good. New wolf deterrent. Oh, they're adding acorns to the game, which is great, because now there's actually some type of nut to forage for, and you can collect them from the new oak trees, which will be across the map. You can dry them and ground them into powder for a stimulating, like coffee-like drink, or as flour for food preparation. So that means we're going to be able to use acorns to make bread. So I was right with the bread making stuff, I guess. There's also going to be a new harvestable root, burdock root, which is a hardy winter root that can be dried and brewed into a tea, which will have medical properties to it, which is good, not known yet. There's also going to be new first-person harvestings for actions like field dressing deer and etc., etc. So we might see new rifle animations, rock climbing animations, you know. We might actually, there's one new animation I hope they add, and that is the ability to carry the lantern in one hand and hold the revolver in the other, you know. That would be so damn useful, I find, personally. You know? Like, imagine, you can finally hold the lantern and hold the revolver in the other. That's personally what I would do. Like, if I'm in a situation where I'm going through a dark cave, I'm holding I'll have a rifle on my back in game, and I would just hold that revolver out, you know. And the revolver in game is a Smith & Wesson Model 29, I believe, but the bullets don't make any sense for it, you know. That's the thing with the guns. The devs took some very creative liberties with it. Oh, for those who are tired of having to go to Ash Canyon to get crampons and a technical backpack, you got good news. They're adding the ability to make improvised crampons, though I do not know if they will have a very rugged durability to them or if they will break and fracture. And the other issue I might have with the new crampon, makeable crampon is it going to be, is it finally going to be able to be like the actual crampons itself that are like metal manufactured? Are we actually going to be able to finally like repair them at like the milling machine locations and whatnot? I digress. There's also going to be improved fishing. So that means there might be new fishing animations. So we might have to reel in a fish now, which is interesting. The current system is going to be expanded upon and made more interesting. So there's the seeing what they're going to implement there. There's also going to be improved beachcombing. So for you interloper players who are down on your luck and looking for that lucky strike of matches or magnifying glass, you're going to be in luck because they're expanding upon beachcombing. Personally, I never do it, but I digress. There's also going to be the implementation of an insulated flask, which is, you know, keep your drinks hotter for longer, your soup hot, you know. And like I was saying, there's going to be the Hunted Part 3, which is going to be the final installment. And we're going to have to finish the job or die trying, like my buddy Troy. And like I'm going back to, they're adding a female deer, a doe, a female deer. Finally, after all these years. Maybe there'll be a unique use for the female deer hide. I mean, it's deer hide, so it'd probably be the same as the bucks in game, which are mule deer. So from looks, there might be a whitetail, so there might be adding whitetail deer to the new region. There's also going to be visual enhancements added to the game, which will be specifically planned for the next-gen consoles, high-end PC, Xbox Series X, X/S, or PS5. And they will be outlined in a future update. And pretty much, folks, that is the summary of what the new Long Dark update will entail. My thoughts on it overall, I'm really excited for it. You know, I've been waiting for something like this for years, you know, safe house customization. I really want to see how the cougar hunting will work, you know, because like in game you get a revolver, bow and arrow, and a flare gun, and the hunting rifle, which is a mix and match Lee Enfield of various makes and models. So you never know. Oh shit. Okay. Got these. Anyway. Now, some other things I'm concerned with is like how is this glimmer fog gonna work? Like, it's gonna hurt us? It's gonna hurt our character? You know, I mean, like it's electrostatic. You know, so I don't know. Are we gonna get like a little shock you get like on the edge of the doorknob, metal doorknob or whatever? You know, like that's some of my concern. You know, like that's what I have. But now, new item variants though, I'm very excited for that because I do like customization options in the game. You know, usually I go around like as a Canadian trapper wearing a Mackinac coat, snow pants or combat pants, mucklucks, and wool gauntlets and whatnot. So that's to be seen. Excited for it. Very excited. Yeah. Oh shit. Damn. Fluffy got fucked up. What's over here? Okay. But anyway, those are wondering where the new entrance to the region might be. It's probably going to be over this way underneath this broken bridge. That's my main speculation here. That shit is fine. That's fine.
Could end up being useful.
Fire striker. Yeah, that's crazy. Dead deer. But anyway, folks, thank you all for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. And some of the speculation I gave with the Tales from the Farteri DLC information we've all heard about and my speculation on it. If y'all would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna start doing a long live stream when the update comes out. So yeah, y'all can look forward to that. Yeah. Anyway, what else? Thank y'all for watching. Good luck out there, and stay tuned for more stuff on the channel. And go subscribe to my buddy Troy's channel. He would probably greatly appreciate it. But yeah, folks, I think this is where we're going to be going to the new region at. What fucking... Oh, it's a broken piece of bridge. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Go look out there and stay tuned for more. Please subscribe. Auf Wiedersehen.
This stuff will come in
Bye-bye.
handy.